The Coastal Life is an independent media project and made possible through the generous support of viewers like you. Be sure to listen and subscribe to Your Coastal Life Fix, the official podcast of The Coastal Life, available wherever you listen to podcasts. On this episode of the Coastal Life documentary series,
I am starting a car restoration business, which is part of the reason that I bought the house with the giant garage, because now I can work on the cars. And then I'm going to sell them at Beacom every 6 months. Okay. She it. My wife literally Googled where to live in Florida or something. I can't remember exactly what she searched for. But this YouTube video showed up of shiny, happy people of Dunedin. She sees this video and she says, well, we got to go there. So we scheduled a weekend trip for our anniversary. When we came down, it happened to be the Dia del Muerte weekend. They had this parade, they had kids playing bagpipes, all kinds of cool restaurants and bars, and a beautiful beach. And everybody was friendly and you got a different vibe. It didn't feel like it was a tourist place. It felt like people lived here. So we fell in love and we said we gotta find a place. 2020 rolls around and I'm able to move and work remotely, and lo and behold, boom, we bought a place here. We bought the wrong place, and that's really where the story begins.
Way back in the day when I had
is this the cherry?
This is the cherry. So I want you to have this, and this is really, really good. Solid, great. Look at this stuff. It's like 35 years dry.
Yeah, this right here is going to be awesome for making a shifter.
Yeah, I can't lift anything because I'm broken.
Can you just pop that
when we get to the car,
Let's turn these sideways.
Flip it over then?
I'm thinking we'll flip it over.
And then push it in.
My God, this is so heavy.
I know.
But I like helping out my friends.
Let's see, how do we want to flip this? I want it to slide. Because where the seats switch, there'll be grooves. Hang on a second, let me make sure it doesn't get caught up.
I don't know if that's going to fit in. Is it going to fit on top?
I didn't want to use your truck, but
This is the bottom shelf.
that's why I figured this would work. Once I found out the top came off, I was just going to rent the truck.
I don't know that this might fit.
You are renting a truck. I'll send you the bill soon.
This might.
Oh, we already discussed the bill, didn't we, beer?
This might fit
one beer.
sideways in your rig.
Moving, helping friends move. Oh, it's so satisfying.
Yeah, this part's really not that heavy. It's that top that's heavy as hell.
It will.
That works? I measured this, but I didn't measure the handles. Keep it in.
Beautiful cherry, brother. I would never, and I got clamps. Dude, man, I know how.
Why are you getting rid of this?
Because I'll never use it ever again. I'm old. I'm an old man, and I like to pass it down to the younger generation, brother. It's all about taking care of your buddies. You know what I'm saying?
When I get a ride in the pink golf cart.
Oh, you can get a ride in the pink golf cart.
I love my pink bike. I got a little basket, I got a little bell,
Got a helmet too.
I got helmet. I got Miller
Come in for a
Lights.
beverage. I've got Ultras, I got Miller Lite.
Miller Lite,
I got Miller Lite.
Oh yeah, hey, I'll take a Miller Lite.
Anything for me.
How are you?
Is she doing it? Yeah, she's just sent me. Have you sold yours yet? Here? I got.
The house that I just bought,
It has no kitchen.
no kitchen. I ripped it out.
You got it in the kitchen?
Ripped it out. Yeah. The house is 1,500 square feet, so it's half the size.
Yeah, but your garage is 2,000.
But the garage is 1,200 square feet, so I'm not gonna complain too much.
The garage is 1,200 square feet.
I buy these wheels from this guy in California, And he sends me these 4 wheels, but he wrapped them up all the way around. So, you know, the FedEx guy, he comes up, hey, I got your stuff. Okay, cool, you know, so he pulls them off, and he pulls off 2, and he goes, yeah, the other ones are up there, and here, sign. And so I sign, and I go to look at the truck, and there's just one. But, I mean, here's the thing, in his defense, the wheels are this thick. I mean, they're big.
So it looks like more than one
They're
wheel.
big tires. Like, these are big, heavy duty tires for a sports car. And so I'm like, well, shit, I already signed the thing. I can't send it back now because I already signed it. So now I have to take, where's the other one? And he's like, I don't know, I only got 3.
Oh, you can't get another tire. Like, that's it.
Why couldn't you
They're
make credit cards?
specialty tires.
So,
Can you drive the car without these wheels?
no, I cannot drive the car without these wheels because I don't actually own the car that I bought the wheels from. Because last April, I wanted to buy this car from this guy.
You are such a
very
good
specific
guy.
guy.
Venmo the money to him.
This particular car I want to buy, and there's very few. And then the wheels showed up online that fit that car, and I said, I gotta get the wheels now, because I knew I was gonna be buying the car. I knew I was gonna be buying this car from this guy, because I'd already negotiated a deal with them. I negotiated the deal. Well, lo and behold, he backed out on the deal, and said, no, I got 3 wheels for a car I'm never gonna buy. I have a dream that one day, there's just gonna be a wheel magically sitting on my front porch, and I'm gonna be like, no, the wheel showed up. So yes, I am starting a car restoration business, which is part of the reason that I bought the house with the giant garage, because now I can work on the cars. And then I'm going to sell them at Meekum every 6 months. The interesting thing about Florida is, you know, people that move here, well, lots of times they move here without their family. So they have to make relationships, and what's interesting is you know, like these group of people, you know, we kind of make the joke, we're family, we're friends that, you know, act like family. You know, Harry, I text Harry, hey man, I need some help, and boom, he shows up to help me, you know, move this workbench. You know, I was talking about the new workshop with David, and he's like, hey, I got this old workbench, I don't need it, and I need it out of my way. Are you interested? Boom, here you go. And so it's a really nice community of friends, and it's interesting because if you're not outgoing enough to try to make friends down here, living the dream of moving to Florida, it's going to be lonely. And you know, we see it all the time. People, oh, well, I'm moving back. Why? Well, because you didn't make this home. You made it a vacation. And that's the interesting thing about living in Florida, is there's this concept of living at home and being on vacation. And all of a sudden it's like every night, and hey, wait a minute, and now I'm no longer now I'm no longer on vacation, I'm just a drunk. Because it's every day. The problem with buying a property in Florida, depending on where you are, if you're in any section that's old, well, get ready to do a bunch of fixing, because new dirt is really expensive, so you can't really build a new thing. And you got to kind of buy something that's existing and then do the remodeling. Well, remodeling is expensive, so for us it was all about, did this have the right rooms? Okay, fine. Then we'll tear it apart and rebuild it the way we want it. And once we did that, hopefully we'll move in and life will be good. I mean, once I get rid of all the junk, and then I get 2 lifts.
If you can put 2 lifts in there.
Storing cars is always the biggest problem. And then there's the storing of all parts, which that's just a nightmare.
Wow, nice little car.
Yeah, you like that one?
Oh, yeah.
I bought it in 2012, 2013.
Really?
When I bought that car,
What was it?
it cost the same as a brand new Camry at the time.
No way.
It's worth 4 times a brand new Camry now. It's all about buying the right car at the right time,
Oh, yeah. You get it,
on the
yeah.
depreciation curve.
Hey, are these your 3 wheels? Look at that.
Yeah, there's the 3 wheels. You mean to tell me in your facility you can't find this just sitting there?
That's amazing.
You're having a hard time locating one of these?
They can't be bothered.
Come on, man. Women have a problem with shoes. So these for the Camaro, which is not here. That's in the other house. And those are the original wheels that go on this car. So I sold my 68 Fastback Mustang that I had worked on for a dozen years. And I said the only thing I'm going to replace it with is a Porsche 911 Turbo, and it's got to be red with tan interior. This is an investment car because of its interesting parameters, low mileage, interesting color combination, limited production, bulletproof engines. They have a couple of little issues that you got to deal with, but it's with cooling tubes, basically, for the cooling system. It's 24 years old now. I don't have any issues with that, but my son found the car. We flew down to Austin. We drove it back to Chicago. It was a great trip. We really enjoyed ourselves.
Flip it the other way so the handles do. So flip it. It's me.
Thanks, Harry. I appreciate having a friend with muscles.
I know Dave has a bad back.
Yeah. Okay, there we go.
Why the hell's he getting rid of all this stuff for?
I don't know. I guess he just decided he didn't want to do this anymore.
Jesus.
Because he got rid of all his equipment years ago.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Jeez, I had to keep mine until I'm almost dead. I don't even know when you needed it. There you go. You all right?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, my job is done.
Well, hang on, Harry. I went out and explicitly
No.
and specifically.
I told you, just get me a beer later.
Are you sure?
Positive. Absolutely positive.
I got a
Next
six-pack in that fridge for you, brother.
Oh, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
Next time you see me, buy me a beer.
I'll buy you a beer, my man.
That's all I need. All right. We're good.
Thanks, brother.
No problem.
So, obviously, we got the garage, but there's this cool utility space, which I said this can become a man cave. And so, working from home, being a computer guy, I was able to set up some computers, and this is just a temporary thing. Ultimately, I'm going to build a loft in the garage and move all of this there. So, and then we can use this as party space, whatever, because we're going to make like a nice outdoor patio out there and all that. But this is where I'm working right now, which is a huge step up from a very small bedroom that I was in before, which was crooked and caused my back pain. I don't know, it was weird. I'm going to have my beer now that I'm, quote, home. I can have a beer. Nectar of the gods. Clearly, this other building, that's the main house. So these two are separate. We'll go in through the back door here. Hey, there we go. Oh boy, what a mess. So this is like the little back porch area, but because it's attached to the kitchen, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make cabinets and countertop and kind of make this like a serving area for when we're having a party. This is the kitchen. Doesn't look like much of a kitchen, I know. Stove there, two different cabinets, nice artistic hood, uppers, lowers, we're going up to the ceiling. Over here, clearly dining room, original wood floors, so that's beautiful. This little space here is kind of like our foyer. We've already done some work in here to make it much prettier. So if I peel this back, clearly it all needs to be repainted or cleaned and whatnot, but we just put this down to protect it because we're obviously having lots of construction done. Up here, this weird nonsense. I'm probably 60 grand into renovations. The only thing that is going to stay untouched is the floors, because we love the floors. This morning, I came over, because I'm not living here yet, but I came over, I got out of my car, and I could smell the water. I could literally smell the Gulf. This house is 2 blocks away from the water. I mean, the hurricane's the hurricane, right? But that's part of living in Florida. You just got to expect that you're going to have those events. But, at the end of the day, it's a hurricane. If you got to leave, you got to leave. Come in here, nice size family room. The original windows. So the house was originally a Spanish style house. So we got the originals on top, everything else is hurricane windows. In the 20s and the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, people were building these houses, they were snowbird houses, so they didn't have as much stuff. The people back then didn't have as much stuff. Living here full time, we have more stuff. Problematic. So it's nice, we got closets. That was one of the things that, huge problem for us before. This door needs to go. We're gonna take that off one of these days. So this is it in a nutshell. It's ugly as hell right now, but my wife has impeccable taste. She's picked everything. Once this thing's done, it's gonna be spectacular. You can see it now, can't you, Stu? There's the house. Great house. Really cool house, but man, it's small. But what's cool and why I bought it, I got a thing for detached garages because it separates me and the wife. And, when you're into cars and stuff, there's fire hazards, so it's nice to not have your house burned down. Lose your garage, lose your cars, but not your house. So here's a 71 Camaro. I love this car. So it's kind of locked in the garage. I got to get it out when we're moving. Started building out this space over here as an office for my work. So that's why we got a regular door here. And then we got this cool door out here. I built this as a prototype. The plan was to make it out of aluminum and then, I don't know, make it obviously hurricane worthy, but this was just the prototype. And the math was screwed up, but I'll show you how this thing works. It's kind of cool. So it's a bifold, but like an airplane hangar. So because it's bifold and it opens out, it leaves a nice little shelf. It's like 4.5, 5 feet. And so it blocks the sun from coming in here, which is nice, but it invades no way into the surface area of the ceiling, which allows me to have lifts. So I was gonna try to make this work. It wasn't gonna give me everything that I wanted, but it gave me 2 cars, an office, and a party space over there. So that's what I was kind of building out here. I was gonna have another garage door on that side, open up to the backyard, pool area. It'd be awesome, it'd be super cool, but like I said, I found a better barn. So when you're building cars, more space is better. Still in it. So it's all made out of wood as a prototype. This thing over here is actually the counterbalance. Otherwise there's no way I'd be able to lift that. Each one of these bags I think is 60 pounds. So it's got 120 pounds in there and it just slides up on the scale. It's connected via pulleys. Most importantly, it was so that I could actually use my garage and store my car. Now, yeah, there is a problem getting that Camaro out. So now what do we got to do today? Tasks. I got to build a wall over there so that I can take down this garage door so that then I can get this piece out, get this wall out, get the Camaro out. We bought this house in July of 2020. It closed on it July 14th. It came on the market on a Friday afternoon. I saw it at 14 minutes past it coming on the market. I contacted my realtor right away. I was in Illinois at the time. Buying in Dunedin at that time, you just had to pull the trigger. You didn't have a choice to really look. You didn't get options because there was 15 people standing behind you. When we saw the pictures, it was absolutely adorable. Cutest house ever. My wife said, yes, let's do it. Right away, called the realtor. Within 2 hours, we had an offer in. This was going to be a snowbird only location for us, which would have worked great. The gotcha is we had this period of time for 4 months where we moved down here, we lived in it full time, and we said, why are we gonna go back to Illinois? We just love it here. And so, impulse purchase, if you will. But also the key thing I think is I didn't know exactly what I wanted at the time. And so when you combine an impulse with not knowing what I wanted, with a different set of intentions, my intention was a snowbird. This would have been great for that. So I went through 2 different architects, designers, trying to figure out a way to make this work. I spent a couple $100 on having people come out, give estimates, you know, that kind of thing. And, you know, ultimately it just doesn't have the space. It doesn't have the square footage of lot. And so then the quest in earnest happened in 2021 to really start looking for a permanent residence. And 2.5 years later, we finally found something. The lesson is really figure out what the heck you want. Okay, but also understand that, you know, your needs are going to change. Don't get too locked into trying to make something work. Because I could have saved a bunch of money on architecture plans. At our new house, things are coming along. We're objectively hoping in 2 weeks we should be able to be painted and move in and live there. There won't be cabinets, so the kitchen's still gonna be a mess, but we'll be able to actually live there, so. Closing doors sometimes is a forgotten item. Time to get it in the car and go out to the country. Go find myself some race car parts. Got a sliver, big chunky pressure treated one, but I think I got it out. It's just bleeding already. So, you know, gotta start somewhere, as the saying goes. Today, gonna get this Camaro started and hopefully moved over to the new awesome garage. And then we can get this house on the market and sold. But this car obviously hasn't run in 18 months, since probably September. I know the starter is, I think, screwed, but I'm gonna hit it with a hammer and see if we can get it to go. If we can get it to actually make some noise, then we can try to spray some carb cleaner down the throat and see if then can we get it to make some real noise. So this is the first project of the garage. I bought it as a running car. It needed some love, so then I neglected it for 18 months, like exactly what I'm trying not to do. I'm trying to rectify and get these things out on the road and people enjoying them. So yeah, we are ready to get this dog out the garage and then rebuild that door and then sell, baby, sell. So Stuart is my partner, and when this thing comes to life, he's gonna explode and pee himself. No, basically I need somebody to turn the key while I beat on the starter with a hammer.
Very scientific mechanical
It is absolutely small block Chevy mechanicry. Get a big old hammer and whack away on it, and that literally sometimes it'll free it up if it's stuck. No, there's no chance it's gonna blow up. The gas in it is old, so it's probably crappy.
This could be the final episode of the Coastal Life here.
Yeah, this is the
in a blaze of with my buddy who convinced me to move down here.
Yes. Okay, so far we have no key. We'll see what's gonna happen here.
May the record show I'm not a car guy, but I do know how to turn keys.
All right, here we go. Oh man, this takes me back.
Yeah.
Okay.
If only the camera had smell-o-vision.
It does smell like 1970s. Drum roll. Tell me when you're ready.
Okay. Give it a go. Give it a go.
Yep, it's turned. keep it turning?
You can touch stop.
Okay.
Anticlimactic. Epic fail. We're gonna throw some parts at this thing just because. I'm just gonna buy a new battery. It will benefit from it regardless. That way also I know it's not the battery. I'm gonna pull the starter out and I'm gonna bring that in. I'm gonna get a new starter as well. This one's a big, ugly, massive one. I wanna get a mini one. The mini ones are better. They have more power. And because they're smaller, they stay farther away from hot exhaust components. And so they live longer. So
I'm trying to say this is a to be continued episode.
this is the to be continued episode. Sorry, I'm putting that there just in case. This way the door doesn't hit.
What are we gonna do to say start? Well, battery we know is junk. Starter we believe is junk. Replace the battery. That didn't make it go. I replaced the starter. That didn't make it go. I put the battery back in, disconnected the electric fan, which is a big electric drum. That should be enough to hopefully get it to turn over.
Let's see what we can get this time.
Close the door, baby. I'm taking this home. You choking? It's bad, isn't it? That's why it needs fuel injection. Yeah, it definitely needs fuel injection. It stinks like but it's loud and it's fun. And that's all that matters. Loud and fun. Right? Let's go.
Hey everybody, this is Stuart and I'm creator of The Coastal Life. This project is something I consider to be the project of a lifetime. I'm a one-man band. Everything that you see, I create myself. I've been an independent documentary filmmaker for nearly 2 decades and involved in independent film for longer than that. But I'm in hopes that if you enjoy and relate to the Coastal Life themes, that you'll be willing to support the Coastal Life in the form of a donation, which is available on Venmo and PayPal. If you enjoy it and think it's worthwhile and it adds something positive to your day, which is the intention, I hope that you will consider supporting the Coastal Life. And with your support by a donation or spreading the word about the Coastal Life, I truly appreciate having you as part of our coastal family and look forward to the road ahead.